Just 50 years ago, the Everglades was abundant with wood storks, egrets, and herons. Today, 90% of those wading birds have disappeared.
We have mercury levels throughout the Everglades from unspecified but obviously varied and obviously man-originated sources that make its fish unedible to all of us.
Yet the Everglades is not the only ecosystem that is dying. Much of Florida's precious natural resources, such as water, air, and wildlife, are suffering from pollution and overdevelopment. And Floridians are now about to find themselves paying a high price for paving paradise.
I think that people know that part of the cost of living is the cost of living in a clean environment, and that there is no substitute for good air, for clean streets, for open space.
The continual decline of the state's environment has prompted the governor to organize a 29-member commission to look into the future of Florida's environment. A recent draft report stated that unless leadership intervenes, the upland and wetlands will disappear. The state will be inundated with solid and hazardous wastes. Beaches will vanish. Surface and groundwater will become contaminated. And the air will eventually become unfit to breathe. Buildable land is quickly becoming a scarce commodity in Florida. If growth management is enforced, land values and development costs will soar. The result? Homes will cost more. Builders aren't happy about the prospect.
But what the problem is to try to cure all of the ills of the past, take care of present growth, and look into the future and charge it all as a tax on new houses. It just doesn't make sense.
Oil drilling in the Everglades may be banned in the future for fear of potential leaks from the wells into South Florida's water supply. The oil industry, however, believes that oil exploration in the Everglades is necessary in order to satisfy the national need for energy. New laws and regulations are being recommended by the Governor's Commission that address these growing problems. Yet many of these probable solutions will have a great effect on the daily lives of Floridians. For instance, higher prices for gasoline, power, and manufactured goods. Homes will likely cost more with new land use restrictions. All households will be required to recycle paper and glass. And styrofoam packaging will be banned in Florida.
This means that Floridians will have to learn to live with less, but pay more for the resources that were once so abundant. The Florida governor's report clearly states that while the costs of protecting Florida's environment are high, the costs of doing nothing are higher. In Miami, this is Linda Corley for the Nightly Business Report.